That's a cleaner stitch, okay? I don't know if you can focus. Focus, focus. Please, please. Can you like please focus? Camera, please focus. Wait, can we just try that? Okay, see?
Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I have a few things to talk to you all about. So in case you all don't want to listen to that and jump right into the intro of the actual video, you all can skip to the timing given somewhere here. Okay. So after my recent videos, many of my friends told me that I didn't have the same energy which I have in real life. Like, I was not being myself and I was, a little hesitant in the videos and stuff. I won't give any excuse to that because that is actually true. But the thing is that, I am like that when I'm with my friends. And right now, I am just in front of a camera, assuming there are people sitting in front of me. So, this is kind of taking a little time for me to get used to it. So, I hope I'll get a hang of it eventually, but I did try to work on the things, and I hope this video is better than the previous ones, at least communication wise. And thanks a lot for all the feedback. This is a two-way relationship, okay? It's not a toxic relation. We take feedbacks very nicely, very lovingly. You all take my videos very nicely, very lovingly. It's healthy, okay? It's healthy. So please keep giving me your feedbacks, be it positive or negative. I'll try to work on it because at the end of the day it should be fun for both of us, right? Okay, so talking about the actual video, so this video is the first episode of my series which will be coming out. So I have started this series which is called Let's Upcycle. Basically it will be more like thrift flips. If you all have seen thrift transformation, sorry if I'm sweating because it's very hot and I can't put the fan on because the background noises are already enough to cancel out my voice, so sorry. So basically this will also be kind of like a thrift flip or thrift transformation, but the only difference is I'm not thrift shopping anywhere. The reason for that is because everyone knows lockdown, and I am a fabric hoarder, you can say. So this is a little long story, okay? A little, just bear with me, okay? Just a little, okay? So what happened was my granny is a tailor, and she thought, like, she always had this thing that my grandkids should also know the art of sewing, whatever. So she used to teach us a little bit, and when, at least to me, and when I was small I used to try, and I always wanted to use the big sewing machine which I'll be using in this video. Back then I couldn't because I was small, and granny's sewing machine was a vintage one which I was very scared to use because it made loud noises. So I bought a new one recently. I mean, my dad bought it for me. Thanks, Dad. So I don't know why I always had this thing in my head that someday the future Mellita will actually use these whatever waste fabric or clothes and transform it into something good, more usable. I don't know, that's what happened, okay? That was the whole thought process, and I'm not even lying. So I always hoarded a lot of fabric and everything, and because this is like the first episode, that's why the intro is a little long, because I want to explain what the series is going to be. I have a lot of things which my family or me do not use anymore, like old t-shirts and stuffs like that, which my mom wanted to donate but she can't because of the whole lockdown. And as I said, I always hoarded fabric. I have a lot of extra fabric as well which I can use. So I thought, it's a good time to do something. So this is the first episode, and hint 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 hint, hint. There are a lot of other series coming up. I'm really excited, okay? So without further ado, let's jump right into the materials. Saree blouse. If you don't know what that is, paper, scissors, ruler, pencil, plate, chalk, embroidery thread, and a needle. Procedure. Hi, let's begin. So to start off, you need a 15 by 16 centimeter square. I measured the size out and cut them accordingly. And there it comes, the scissor transition. Wait, what's up with my hand? If you're thinking my nails are looking pretty right now, don't worry. They're gonna get ugly as the video progresses. Also, these are the measurements. Moving on, I marked 3.5 centimeters on the top and 3 centimeters in the bottom of the square or rectangle. That looks like a square but a centimeter more, whatever. I then marked 8 centimeters from the top and 4 centimeters on the top and the bottom of the other side. I know I'm not making any sense, but I assume you guys are smarter than me. Please prove my assumption right. Now it's time to connect the dots.
The first story is about connecting the dots.
I want to share a fun fact that I didn't know that Steve Jobs was no more until a week back. I know, call me dumb. I can't deny that. Thanks to Noel Vaz for enlightening me.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
I used a plate to round out the areas that are supposed to be curved. My plate's diameter is about 17 centimeters in case that's helpful. Anyways, I made a curve from the 3.5 centimeters dot to the 8 centimeters dot and 3 centimeters dot to the 8 centimeters dot, and then drew a curve towards the inside between 4 centimeters dot and 3.5 centimeters dot. Is any of this making any sense to you?
No.
I don't know and I can't hear an answer, so I'll just keep going. And there's a new scissor transition. After cutting it out, I marked 2 centimeters and drew a line. I'll tell you all why later. I had my template ready. All I did next was trace it on the fabric with the chalk and snip it.
Where it's a snip.
I made 2 of these and I don't know, for some reason they look like Spider-Man's eyes. I don't know. So now the moment where you know what the 2 centimeters are meant for. We need to cut 2 more pieces 2 centimeters smaller than these ones, and now this template can be used to cut the new ones. Ta-da! I took leftover fabric to trace the shape and cut it out. Ed, get back here for another round.
Where it's a snip.
And there's me throwing some gang sign. Haha! Gotcha! So as you can see, these are the new ones and the old ones just entered the chat. Now all I had to do next was stitch it all together. My signs do make it seem like I'm going to hand stitch it, but no, I'm going all the way up. I'll be stitching on a sewing machine for the first time. Actually not, it's the second time, because the first time was when the machine arrived and I checked if I was eligible enough to use it. I was literally so nervous that I first practiced on a small piece of cloth that you all saw probably at the beginning of this video. I won't play that video again, don't worry. After asking blessings from the thread gods, I was good to go. Now I'll try to be a little serious in the video, okay? I'm super nervous. Let's see if I still have it in me. Still have it in me? Which you just started using it. Are you from the future or what, Jonas? I finally started with the mask and stitched the curved pieces together like this. It's fine, we are fine. I kept telling myself that everything will turn out good, even though I was scared that I'll stab my finger with the needle. I stitched the other pair together as well. I made small cuts on the inside a little away from the stitches to release the tension. If you're wondering how do I know all this, my granny was a tailor, causing my godma, aunt, late uncle, and my dad to learn the skill. It's in the genes, you know. I then made a crease at the end of the 2 centimeters smaller pair with a ruler and prepared it for stitching. I did the same thing with its other side. Both my pairs were ready to be stitched together. I placed it right sides kissing and stitched it together, leaving the two openings open. Openings open? Once that was done, I turned the right sides out and this is how it looked. For the strings, I used the hem of the blouse. I cut it out. No, I'm not using any meme here, okay? Once I had that, I just folded it in half. You can use a ruler to create a crease to help with the stitching. It looked like this once the string was ready. I did the same with the other and marked my ear with size or whatever it's called. I cut both the string the exact same size. Now to attach it to the mask, I made a crease at the opening and stitched it through. Did the same thing with the other side as well. All I had to do now was attach the strings to the mask by placing it where I wanted it to be and stitched it together with a couple of back stitches. If you don't know what back stitches are, well, Google it out. I cut all the loose threads and my mask was ready. I could stop here, but I really wanted to do the embroidery. So I sat down to decide a design for the same. Now, let me tell you something. My drawings are as good as my handwriting. And mind you, this is my handwriting. So you know what we are dealing with. I kept telling myself that I could come up with something, but it just didn't happen. At the end, I settled for this design. Let me try and explain the design. Here's gonna be a flower with a little petals over here with leaves framing this part like creeper plants, something like that. It was a simple pattern, but I really didn't trust myself for anything more than that. So much so that I decided I didn't want to fill in and only make the outlines. Trust issues much? I tried tracing the design on the mask with a pencil, which clearly didn't help much. You will understand later. Then I just started doing embroidery at around 2 am in the night. Don't ask me why. I wish I could explain what I was doing with the embroidery work, but I realized how badly I explain such things, so I'll just leave it on y'all. I had completed the yellow part and the petals were next, so I planned on using these two colors together. As I said earlier, pencil tracing didn't work, so I used chalk instead. I then started working on it stitch by stitch. I did the most of the embroidery off camera because it kinda does need your concentration and I didn't want to risk it anymore, so really sorry for that. I was finally done with not just one side but both the sides. I didn't do the leaves because I liked it this way and I feel sometimes less is more. Here are a few close shots. I tried modeling but it didn't go well. Anyways, let me know how y'all feel about this mask and how much will y'all rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. I want to tell a few things, very few, okay? This is a very bad phase or time which we are going through, so please don't forget to wear your masks. And see, even Teddy is wearing his mask, okay? Even though he didn't get his size, he still wore something and he wore it on his nose, okay? So please no, educate yourself on how to wear a mask, and please do follow all the rules and regulations of the lockdown. Thanks. That was it for this video. Please let me know what do you all think of this whole series and of this episode. If this mask was a pass, if I passed or if I failed, okay, let me know because this was my first sewing project. It was really exciting, trust me. I had a lot of fun doing this and I hope you all had fun as well watching me do it. So let me know what other things you all want me to thrift flip or upcycle or whatever. Let me know about that. Please in the comment section below. Please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post. I'll be posting every week on every Saturday, so that also do share my videos as much as possible and drop in suggestions for series whichever you all want me to try or start or whatever. Okay guys, see you all in the next video. Bye.